what therapies are beneficial and what is just simply overhyped. You will say they don't learn everything like everybody else. I get that. But then you don't have to add a suffix called therapy to everything. A parent learning autism specific parenting techniques. Now the child has dropped a glass of hot milk. It's a mess all over. What will an average parent do? Very quickly come, clean it up, take the child away, probably scold the child. A parent who's trained on autism specific parenting and teaching techniques will do none of those. Everybody, Rajni from Sashakt Empowering Lives. So, a warm welcome to those who are old and a warm welcome to those who are new. For the new people, a very quick introduction. As I said, my name is Rajni. I'm a special educator, now 18 years of work experience. Our organization is called Sashakt Empowering Lives, and we have a huge digital presence, lives, webinars. What do? We teach parents how to effectively raise children on the autism spectrum. Yeah? Who am I to do that? Well, I'm a special educator, 18 years of work experience, 4 national level awards, and a proud mother to an autistic young adult who is 22 years of age, independent, working professional, works in an MNC, yes, and is a hotel management graduate from Mumbai University. So, let's very quickly get started on to our today's topic. What are we going to talk about today? What therapies are beneficial and what is just simply overhyped? Ladies and gentlemen, the first thing that I would like to say is do anything with the kid, and because the child is autistic, add the word therapy and just jack up the prices. Yeah? That is the sad reality of the autism world. So if you take a kid to play and you call it play therapy, yeah? So if you take a kid for horse riding and you call it equestrian therapy, you take the child to the swimming pool and you call it hydrotherapy or water therapy. Really? Why can you as a parent just take your child and teach them things like everybody else? Okay, you will say they don't learn everything like everybody else. I get that. But then you don't have to add a suffix called therapy to everything. If your child is going for a Casio class and learning Sare Gama Pada Nisa, what in the name of God gives us the right to call it simply music therapy? What is therapy here? It's an activity, yeah? So the market is hyped with 20, 30 different things. Oh, I do this therapy with my child. I do mud therapy. I do clay therapy. God knows what all. Yeah? Then invasive procedures like hyperbaric oxygen therapy. Please check the authenticity of all that before you even subject your child to all of that. It can be massively risky. The only therapies that your child actually in the therapeutic form of it your child will need are the following. Number 1, occupational therapy if your child has a need for occupational therapy. If now, how do you decide whether your child has a need? If there is sensory disintegration, yeah, if there is oromotor placement, problem. So, which means that the muscles around the mouth are weak and some, movements are needed, okay, and some massages are needed so that proper articulation can happen. If there is sensory dysfunction, like I said, so the child has vestibular sensory dysfunction, is walking, will trip over things, will not be able to catch a ball, has gripping issues. So all of those things, if they're there, if there is hypersensitivity, if there is a need proprioception, there is a deficit, which means there's a need for pressure. All of those things you will need the occupational therapy. So occupational therapy is a time tested procedure. It's a proper therapy. Other than that, you have speech therapy. Yes, So you will need speech therapy and a qualified audiologist, that will help the child. So that is a sure short area where you will need therapy for getting the articulation. You will need special education so that the child can be taught the concepts using autism specific teaching techniques. Okay, but most of all, the one which is the center focus on everything else, which will be calibrated around and created according to these three, is a parent learning autism specific parenting techniques. If a parent does not know autism specific parenting techniques, any of these therapies that you take the child for will be incomplete. So, if you know autism specific parenting techniques, you will make the best use of the time that you have with the kid. That is basically the opportunity not lost. And so, for example, you are sending your child for speech therapy. They are teaching the child to speak a certain sentences and things. In the house now, the child went for 40-45 minutes, right? 1 hour at the most. Came back. Now the child has dropped a glass of hot milk. It's a mess all over. What will an average parent do? Very quickly come, clean it up, take the child away, probably scold the child. Some not very aware ones will even give a slap to the child, etc. etc. But a parent who's trained on autism specific parenting and teaching techniques will do none of those. Will encash the opportunity. The incident will be an opportunity. And when I say encash, it's not in a negative way, in a positive way. They will call the child and say to mama, Mama, I spilled milk. So what we did, situation specific, we put the words in the child's mouth. So the child learns for another time that, oh, when something like this happens, this is what I do, this is what I say. When you multiply this on a 24/7 basis, because the child lives with you, everything, say to mama, let's go to park, say to mama, let's take the clothes from the clothesline, etc. etc. But only a parent who is aware on autism specific parenting and teaching techniques will be of fantastic help to the OT, to the speech therapist, to the special educator, because the child will achieve the results so much faster. Also, please understand, for once, a child can still manage without OT, without audiologist, and without a special educator if the parent is so very well trained on autism specific parenting and teaching techniques. Although it's not advisable because it's too much pressure on the parent. However, the other way around, only OT, only special ed, and only speech therapy without parental involvement in the center or in the core is a guaranteed failure of the child. Not because OT is ineffective or autists are bad, no, but because the amount of time spent with them versus the raw amount of time spent with parents is very, very different. So make use of the time spent with you using autism specific parenting and teaching techniques, and develop the other skills and help partner the OT, the speech therapist, and the special educator. Yeah.